In this video, I'm going to teach you how to program a game. This game is going to be a guessing game that is going to take a user prompt, and then it's going to take that data to judge whether or not the user has entered the right information or not, and give them feedback based off of that. It's going to be taking user prompts and then spitting out information, and it uses if statements embedded within a while loop. So to get started, we're going to create a variable, and this variable is going to hold x, and in the variable we're going to get the initial prompt from the user, and we're going to say guess a number between 1 and 50. Okay, now we're going to create our while loop, and in the while loop this time, because this is a game, we're not going to use a incrementer to make the while loop end. Instead, we're going to create what's called a sentinel value, and what sentinel values are their values that can be entered in by the user that will end the program. And so you'll see what I mean here in a second. I'm going to do this and do x, and this is a new conditional. I'm going to do the exclamation mark. So x exclamation mark equals, going to do the string literal lowercase n, and then we're going to do the and operator and do x is, and what this equal, when you do exclamation mark equals, it stands for not equals. So it's the exact opposite of the double equal sign. So what we're saying here is when x, so the user prompt, when that is not equal to n, and it's also not equal to capital N, depending on what the user gives, when that is not the case, run everything in the loop. When someone does type that in, and I'll show you how that gets processed here in a second. When someone does type that in, then exit the loop and the program will be over. So we're going to start the brackets and then give our if statement. So if x is less than or equal to 24, because the number we're going to be giving as our right answer is 25. So if x is less than or equal to 24, we're going to alert, nope, guess higher. And then we'll end that part of the if statement, and we'll give an else if statement and do if x is greater than or equal to 26, then we will alert, nope, guess lower, and then end that, and then we'll give our final, we'll give else, and this will be if they answered correctly, because that will be the only option that's left. You got it. And end that statement, and the brackets, and then now this by itself would not work. This would cause an infinite loop. So we have to make sure that we are getting a prompt from the user on if they want to continue again, and then also get their next guess. So the way we'll do that is we'll do x equals prompt. And what this is going to do is it's going to assign a new value to x with each iteration of the loop. And we're going to say guess a number between 1 and 50. Type n if you want to quit the game. And n is just arbitrary. I could have said q or said to type anything in. I just did n just for the heck of it, but you can say anything. A customary thing to say would be Q, I guess, but you can type anything in, and what that will do is when someone types an N in, when it goes back up to the top of the while loop, the very first thing it's going to do every time is see, okay, is the value of x not equal to n or capital N? When that is not true, so when they do type that in, then it's going to say, okay, the game's over, and just stop. Now there is one other thing that we want to put in here, because this would work, but the problem is if you actually go and answer the correct answer, what it's going to do is it's going to say you got it right here, and then it's going to ask the user to guess another number, and that's not a really good way to play the game. So to break out of a program, all you have to do is type in the word break. And so now if this else statement gets processed, so in other words, if the answer is correct, it's not only going to say you got it, it's also going to end the program. So it's going to bypass the rest of this, it'll bypass the while loop, and you won't have to type in N to quit it. So let's see if all of this works. We're going to click run. Guess a number between 1 and 50. Let's try out by typing 22. Nope. Guess higher, so that side works. Guess a number between 150. Let's type 50. Nope, guess lower. That works. I should also say the 1 in 50 is just an arbitrary number. I could also say, I could guess 100. Nope, guess lower. So we didn't really have to put any user validation in on this one, because these three if statements actually take care of that. So guess a number between 1 and 50. We'll guess the right one. So we'll guess 25. You got it. Hit OK. And now you see the program quits because we put that break statement in. Let's test it one more time and make sure that the N will quit the program, so make sure our sentinel works. So we'll type 15. Nope. Guess higher. Okay, we will give it a N, and it quits the program. So the guessing game works perfect. Good job if you followed along on that. Feel free to take this code and play with it really however you want. You can extend this a lot further. You can add other if statements even within these. You can add other while statements and nest those all inside and make this a pretty complex game. But you can see this is a good start for any type of guessing game, or any time you want to add decisions within loops and gather user prompts based off that data.